Hello friends, my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel, Books Past Bedtime, and welcome to vlogmas/bookmas. If you're a Swiftie like me, you probably know that today is Taylor Swift's birthday. So I kind of wanted to do something in Taylor Swift's honor. That's what we're gonna do. I realized that I have two books on my TBR that are like inspired by Taylor Swift, have Taylor Swift references, are Taylor Swift adjacent. So those two books are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez and The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. These are both YA contemporary romances and I'm super excited for both of them. I think they're gonna be so cute. Obviously, We're Never Getting Back Together has a Taylor Swift song in the title. The Summer of Broken Rules is, according to K.L. Walther, very Taylor Swift inspired and includes references to Taylor Swift lyrics and things. So super excited to dive into both of these. I know this one is queer, so I'm excited about that. And I did read another of K.L. Walther's books earlier this year and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It was like a good 4-star YA contemporary, and I believe the characters from that book cameo in this book, so I'm excited for that too. Also in this vlog, I'm going to be going to a fun Taylor Swift event, so I will try and get some footage of that. Me and my friend Gabby are going to a Taylor Swift candlelit orchestra concert, so we're gonna get dressed up and fancy and have a fun little night out. I'm super excited for that, super excited for these books, and I will keep you updated as we go along. Today I started reading We Are Never Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez, and it's pretty cute, pretty good so far. I'm like 50% in and I am enjoying it. I was a little bit wary going into this one because while I thought that the description sounded awesome, I have read a Sophie Gonzalez book before, I think back in 2020, and I wasn't super impressed. I thought it was a little silly, a little cheesy, and this one's definitely a little bit silly and cheesy, but I think her writing has improved immensely and I'm definitely enjoying this one a lot more than I enjoyed the first book I read by her. So in this book we're following Maya and Sky, and Maya and Sky both get invited to participate on this reality television show called Second Chance Romance. It's kind of like a bachelorette sort of competition reality show, but the twist is that the bachelor on the show, instead of bringing in new girls to date, brings in all of his exes from past relationships, and they all come on the show and try to like rekindle their attraction to each other to see if there's like was still something worth saving in their relationship. And Maya and Sky both come on the show for very different reasons. Maya because she wants to get revenge on Jordy, her ex, because he cheated on her and he is just a jerk and she wants the whole world to know it. Whereas Sky on the other hand kind of still has feelings for Jordy and thinks maybe that they can restart something. Maya comes into it with a grudge against Sky because Sky was the girl that Jordy cheated on her with. While her main goal is to get back at Jordy, she's not too happy with Sky either, and there's a big twist when they get there. The two are paired up as roommates on the show, so there's definitely a lot of tension, there's some misunderstandings, there's some drama. Of course, all good reality shows need drama, but eventually they kind of realize that they have both been played by Jordy and they start to team up to defeat him, and I think the concept of it is that they are going to have their own little romance behind the scenes, so I'm excited to see that. I'm already kind of starting to see a little bit of the chemistry, a little bit of the like touches and looks and glances here and there, so I'm excited for that to develop a little bit more, and I definitely was cheering them on when they finally came to an understanding between them that Jordy is the villain here. So I'm super excited to see how it plays out. So far I am liking the reality show setting. I do think that that's always kind of a fun trope in books. I am super excited to see what like antics they get up to and how everything plays out in the end, and I hope that they get some sweet justice on Jordy because he really is an asshole of epic proportions. He is public enemy number one. We hate Jordy so much. He sucks. So far in terms of Taylor Swift references, there hasn't been any that I've been able to see, which I'm kind of sad. I mean, obviously the title, Never Ever Getting Back Together, is a Taylor Swift reference, but nothing in the text so far. But of course we always love a sapphic book with a Taylor Swift reference, so that in and of itself is enough for me, and it's a fun read so far, so I am looking forward to seeing how it plays out in the end, and I will let you know my final thoughts once I am finished. As it stands right now, this is looking to be like a 4-star book, so definitely really enjoying it. I'm sorry if you can hear my dishwasher, but I did finish We're Never Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez, and I really enjoyed it. It was super cute. I really loved Sky and Maya and seeing seeing their romance blossom and the antics they got up to on the reality TV show. I thought it was so funny. I loved the like John Tucker Must Die-esque revenge plot. Now that I think about it, this book is very similar to John Tucker Must Die in that like all the exes of the guy kind of team up to take him down and expose him for who he truly is. So I really loved that aspect. I thought it was so funny. And there was a little bit of like unnecessary drama towards the end, and I was a little afraid we weren't going to get the like super satisfying revenge payoff, but I shouldn't have been worried because everything like worked out perfectly and everyone got what they deserved, which I appreciated. I didn't want freaking Jordy to go unpunished, and he did not go unpunished because he sucks. So he got his karma for sure. In terms of Taylor Swift references, there was a Champagne Problems reference in the second half that I caught, but other than that, nothing super explicit, although I will say this book did feel quite Midnight's to me. Like I mentioned, there's this whole like karma plot to this story, so I feel like that plays into the Taylor Swift song Karma. And then Maya and Sky in particular, I would say, is very like much a mastermind. She embodies that song from Midnight's where Taylor sings about always having a plan, laying the framework to get what she wants out of the situation and out of life, out of her relationships. I feel like Sky definitely embodies that. The book and the plot and the characters definitely reminded me of Taylor Swift-esque situations, so I feel like this book worked out perfectly. And just the whole concept of not letting anyone treat you like crap and calling out guys on their shit and ending up with a girl in the end. Like I've said on this channel before, this is a Gaylor safe space, so sorry if that's not what you're here for. So I really liked this book. I thought it was super cute, and I think I'm gonna settle on like a 4-star rating. It wasn't a perfect book. My main complaint was that it felt like there was quite a large jump in Sky and Maya getting together. Like it seemed like they were antagonists and then they were friends, and then very quickly they were like saying I love you and stuff. I feel like I kind of missed some relationship building between them. I would have liked to see like more on page of them going from friends to being attracted to each other to acting on that attraction. I feel like we didn't get a lot in the middle, so I would have liked to see it more of that. But I definitely ended up liking their relationship and was rooting for them and understood why they were attracted to each other and thought they had chemistry, so I thought it was super cute. How it was done, I just would have liked a little bit more development, but overall, super good, super cute. Some things are a little dramatic and silly and over the top, but this is a YA romance. That's to be expected, and it's all in good fun. So I really liked this one, and if you're looking for something light and fun and sapphic with a revenge plot, I would 100% recommend this book. I thought it was great. Look at my cutie sweatshirt. It's all Taylor's albums on book spines. I'm obsessed with it. All right, time for book number 2. And unfortunately, I don't have a 50% update because I actually read The Summer of Broken Rules. I read the entire book today while I was at work. I didn't want to stop reading, and I needed to get this video made anyway, so I just read all of the way through, and I'm here with my final thoughts. I took notes throughout, so hopefully this can be kind of cohesive and make sense. So The Summer of Broken Rules follows our main character, Meredith. Meredith is dealing with a lot. She lost her sister a year and a half ago, and also was broken up with by her long-term boyfriend boyfriend of 4 years only a few months ago, but she's kind of hoping to have a good summer like old times. She's headed back to Martha's Vineyard, where she hasn't been since her sister Claire died, for a big wedding of a cousin. They're there for like a week-long wedding event, and their family has this tradition of playing assassin, so they're playing that game as well while they're there. And Meredith also strikes up a bit of a summer fling, a summer romance with one of the groomsmen, who happens to be the groom's stepbrother, Whit, and they are very drawn together, have a good connection with each other. But is it just a summer fling, or will their relationship outlast the summer? The book is set over just the course of a single week, and I did think that the timeline was a little rushed, but overall I did really enjoy this book. I think I'm gonna give this one another 4 stars. I thought it was super cute and super fun. It was like the perfect like sweet YA summer romance. When it first started, I was a little worried about the writing. I will say that there were kind of a little bit too many details. I almost feel like it was the author trying to insert her own memories and her own experiences and details from her own life into Meredith's story, which isn't necessarily a bad thing and can really bring the character to life if you're writing from experience, but just the way some of the details were included, they were very unnecessary to the story. They kind of like took me out of the story. Some things were just a little bit too much and could have been cut out. But as we went through the story, the writing really found its stride, and I didn't have that issue. After like maybe the 40% mark of the book, it really started to pick up and not be bogged down by too many details. I also really liked all the characters in this book. Meredith and Whit are obviously the main characters, and both of them were so great. I really loved seeing Meredith in particular, her growth throughout the story, as we see her kind of deal with and confront some issues that she's faced since Claire passed away, and really grow as a person and grow as a friend and figure out what she wants out of life. I thought her character arc was very good and very true to YA, so I really appreciated that. And also Whit is like the perfect like book boyfriend. Like he definitely is the definition of a man written by a woman. He was just so sweet and so caring and thoughtful and observant, and I just really enjoyed his character, and I really liked him and Meredith together. I thought their chemistry was really good. I also liked all of the side characters. There were a lot of characters. Meredith kind of has like a big wacky extended family, and I did think some of them got lost in the shuffle just because they were simply so many. For example, she has this friend group of like 4 friends, I think, and I really didn't think any of them got the development they needed to like recognizable within the story. They all just kind of blended together, and sometimes I would forget one or the other of them even existed, and they were in the book quite a bit, so I feel like I would have appreciated more development from them. I feel like we didn't even get descriptions of what they looked like. So it was kind of hard to keep them straight. Just the big like extended family, like all of their like uncles and aunts and cousins and nieces and nephews, and like everyone is there for this wedding, which makes sense, but everyone is like included in the narrative, and I got some people mixed up and confused, and I don't know. There's a family tree at the beginning of this book, so that helps me out, but I do think there were a little bit too many characters that were just referenced offhand, and I'm like, who is that? Does it matter who that is? I feel like it could have been pared down and we still would have got the vibe that it's this big wacky family. I also really loved the setting of this book. Meredith's family has this big property in Martha's Vineyard with like a bunch of different little cabins and houses on it, and like beachfront property and a pond, and like it was just such a cool setting, and I loved like exploring the property with Meredith and imagining like myself being there. Like I would have had so much fun with this book as a teenager, like self-inserting myself into it. It just seemed like Meredith had the coolest childhood, like growing up on this property in Martha's Vineyard. I'm like, I wish. Also, of course, we have to talk about the Taylor Swift references. Meredith, as well as her cousin Sarah, are big like on-page Swifties, and there's a big reference to one Taylor Swift song in particular that kind of weaves throughout the entire story. I don't want to tell you the song because I feel like it kind of spoils it, but I loved how that song was really at the heart of this book and it brought everything together. I thought it was so cute. And when like the reveal happens surrounding the song, I was like squealing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Sarah, who is Meredith's cousin who's getting married, she includes lyrics from Lover and her vows. There definitely was strong Taylor Swift energy in this book, and I really appreciated it. I really loved it. I thought it was so cute, and definitely perfect book to read on Taylor Swift's birthday. This book overall, super cute. I was a little bit afraid of how the ending was going to go, but it went perfectly. I shouldn't have doubted it because this is just like the perfect fluffy summer romance, and I really liked it. I thought it was super super good. So if you're in the mood for something like this, I definitely would recommend, and this is like a solid, very solid 4-star read for me. So I'm very happy that I decided to pick both of these books up for Taylor Swift's birthday. Just as a little recap, we read Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez and The Summer Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. Both were super solid 4-star YA romances, and I thought they were super cute. I appreciated the Taylor Swift references in them, and I thought they were both like very well done, very fun. That will be it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching it and for celebrating Taylor Swift's birthday with me. This video is in her honor. I know she'll never say this, but thank you very much, Taylor. I love you. And that is all from me today, so thank you so much for watching this video and being here for another day of vlogmas. If you made it all the way to the end, leave me a Christmas tree emoji for vlogmas. Also subscribe to my channel for more content. I'm posting a video every single day of December, and I will not have any more hiccups, I promise. And if you liked this video, give it a like. It helps me in the algorithm. You can also follow me on Instagram and Goodreads if you're so inclined. Links are in the description down below. And that is it. So thank you so very much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.